I still can't. I thought for sure one of y'all were going to pick Tempo.
No, still not doing it.
It's a good horse, but at
this point, it's just based on principle. We've hated on him for this long. We gave him his flowers, but we're still not picking him.
Yeah, that dude Neil is really tall. That dude Nick is really small. It don't matter, let's talk some ball. Welcome all
to the height differential. To the height differential.
We did it. We made it. It's season 2 of the Height Differential. We are back. That's the 6'6" Neil. I'm the 4'10" Nick. And because we're going to talk a little Travers and our boy Golden Tempo, we got the biggest Golden Tempo hater of them all, the 5'6", Matt Paris. What's up, fellas?
What's happening? What'd you do in your 2-week layoff since the Height Differential wrapped up season 1?
Well, I worked a lot on the new graphics, the new song, the new intro video, which
I'd say it's pretty dope.
We'll preview along with this episode. I am excited about it. I wrote the song myself, did not perform it myself. AI it's pretty remarkable what you can do. I just typed that thing in, said, give me a hip hop version, and the 8th version, I was like, oh shit, that's actually really good. It's actually really good. But no, we had a good time hanging out on the weekend for Erica's birthday party over at Joe's. You got to avoid the bathrooms and the pee on the floor, the grossest bathrooms in the city.
It is absolutely the worst bathroom in the city.
But it was a good time. Matt, what have you been up to since the last time we talked to you?
Summer, try to have a little bit of a life before sports start up again. So a lot of traveling. But I've been very keen on the Saratoga meet ever since the 4th of July. I've been locked in pretty much every race day. It's been good. It's been good.
And you've had success?
I've had more success than not.
There you go.
More success than not.
So we will do a full preview of the Travers. We'll get in a little bit into what's going on with Marshall Graham, one of the biggest scandals maybe in the history of horse racing. And PGA Tour's finally announced what their format's going to be in their postseason next year, or in 2028, which is exciting. Deshaun Watson is now the starting quarterback for the Browns somehow. Kinley Rasmus, she is tearing up the Little League World Series, and we're on the verge of week 0 in college football. No more weekends without football, fellas. We made it. It does, I get a little bit sad because the summer's over, but the fact that football's here kind of makes up for that.
Yeah, when one good thing ends, another great thing starts. So,
I mean, you got to admit, when the summer's right, then the pool's almost over, and just being outside, a little bit of sadness there.
Yeah, Matt Paris and I will have a life for the next couple months because we'll be working our butts off. But the golf games will diminish, and we're all in on football.
Well, like I said a couple episodes ago, somehow we turned into a horse racing pod, and we all three love the game. So I think we were all really excited to get into the Travers, the Midsummer Derby at Saratoga. They're going a mile and a quarter, $1.25 million for 3-year-olds. Really good field. You look at this field, and we talked about a little bit before we got on air. I think the only horse we're really missing in this field is Commandment, who Brad Cox looks like he's pointing him towards the Pennsylvania Derby. So great field, and actually some betting opportunities here, I think.
Yeah, no, you mentioned it. The field, absolutely a star-studded affair for 3-year-olds. I mean, you've got the Kentucky Derby and Belmont winner, Golden Tempo, the Preakness winner, Napoleon Solo's in it. You got the Haskell winner and Baby Vino, and the Jim Dandy winner and Renegade. So, you got the best of the 3-year-olds throughout the summer. Like you said, you're just missing Commandment, who somehow doesn't find a way to win. He just comes in second every time. So he can point his way to the Pennsylvania Derby and probably get a win there. But this field has plenty of winners in it as it is.
And I would say it's probably good for me because I've been known to bet Commandment every single time he runs. So I do not have that option. But Yeah, as you said, the best of the best of what we have, because we still think, we all believe that this is not the best 3-year-old class that we have seen over the last couple of years. But as far as the best 3-year-olds for this year, the majority of them are in this race. We start at the 1-hole emerging market, going off his morning line at 15-1. Ricardo Santana Jr. aboard. Chad Brown, the trainer. Matt, since you are our guest, we will let you give your first thoughts on emerging market. This horse was hot on the Derby. Everybody's big on it.
I will not drink the Kool-Aid. I am not drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not listening to anybody. I don't care how good Chad Brown says he is, how good anybody says he is. It's not a good horse. It is a toss for me. People will talk it up. People will say it's great. I can't. I just can't. I'm not getting involved with the market. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I'm on board with Matt here. This horse is peaked. Like he's hit his wall and he's not getting any better. In fact, he's on his downslide. You know, he didn't run as a 2-year-old, and as you mentioned, he was hot before the Derby. He won that Louisiana Derby in his second lifetime start back in March. But since then, you know, he finished 5th in the Belmont at this racetrack at Saratoga. He was 10th in the Derby. Even his last race was an allowance race where he was the 1-2 favorite and somehow lost that and finished in second by 3 lengths to a 5-year-old. So, yeah, no, not feeling it. You know, he does have a new jockey in Ricardo Santana Jr., so maybe that'll help a little bit with Flavien Prat going on C strike. But, yeah, no, we're tossing it.
Yeah, I think that could be a negative too, a new jockey.
Like, yeah, it could be, yeah.
It could go either way. I mean, Pratt's rode emerging market all 5 of the starts. Look, they said that potentially his shoes came off in both the Derby and the Belmont, which is an excuse. But you mentioned his start at the Louisiana Derby. He posted a 102 Brisnet, and really, this horse has not done anything since then. Since 1995, only one horse has won this race from post position 1, and I don't think emerging market's going to be the one to stop that streak. Chad Brown, surprisingly, has never won this race. So everything says the 15-1 is intriguing for a horse that had some promise a couple months ago, but after seeing him lose that optional claimer last time out, I'm not touching this horse.
Yeah. Before you move on, Ricardo Santana was actually in a little drama this weekend at Saratoga on Sunday. So the second race of the day, this 13-1 shot from Miguel Clement comes home and wins. The jockey was listed as Ricardo Santana, but it was Javier Castellano, and it wasn't changed in anything. No racing forms, no nothing. Everything said Ricardo Santana. And if you've seen the two jockeys, Ricardo's a little darker complexion than Javier. And even the TV guys didn't know it. They're like, well, that's obviously not Ricardo Santana. Somebody didn't do their job. And a lot of people were up in arms because they didn't announce the jockey change. The race went at about 150. They announced the jockey change at 238.
I mean, that affects betting. I mean, that definitely affects money coming in on a horse.
100%.
Yeah.
I was alive on 3 different choices for the double. Now, I would have probably never taken the 13-1, even if I knew Javier Castellano was on it. But like everyone was up in arms, like they should have had a run for purse money only, or shouldn't have counted.
They
like
100%. How does that happen?
Right. Like, because here's the thing. Like everyone's like, oh well, you know, I guess the track program had it, and the track program is God. But like, how are none of these online things updating it in the year of 2026?
Yeah, that's wild.
Sorry,
right.
I need to add that in there because I noticed you was the first
that's
one.
That's a good story there.
In the 2, we have Leading Change, morning line at 12-1, ridden by Manny Franco, trained by Brad Cox. I guess this is kind of the replacement for Commandment because these are the same connections. Neil, your thoughts on Leading Change?
Yeah, there's not much known about this horse. I mean, only 2 starts. He has won both of those starts. He's, like I said, he's undefeated. He won a 7-furlong maiden special at Churchill Downs on June 7th and followed that up with a grade 3 win in the Indiana Derby back in mid-July. So he's improved his speed from that first year. He was an equibase speed figure of 90 in the maiden, and it got it up to a 101 in the Indiana Derby. His pedigree is pretty good for a 1 1/4 distance when he was sired by Gunrunner. He's a half sibling of Oaks winner She Dares the Devil. So the pedigree is pretty solid. This is a horse that's going to press the pace. He's going to get out there with Napoleon Solo. So you're going to see those two out front. It's going to be a step up in competition. So, when you're trying to hold off the likes of Renegade and Golden Tempo down the stretch, I don't think this horse can do that. But I wouldn't be surprised to see him up there in the Superfecta. I mean, why not? At 12-1, not much known on him, undefeated in 2 starts. Take a flyer.
Yeah, I feel like this is emerging market, but for the Travers.
Yes,
I
agree 100%.
Ran in 2 races, won 2 races. Everyone's like, oh, no one can do it.
Take a flyer.
I mean, yeah, you got to take a flyer. My thing is, you look at the 2 races that it's ran in, nothing against the Indiana Derby. I'm sure it's a great race, but it's a grade 3. It's a mile and 16th. The race before was 7 furlongs. Now you're going a mile and a quarter against a lot of horses that have run a mile. I'm going to go with horses that have done it so far, even with a weaker field of 3-year-olds that we talk about. I know it's intriguing to put in the end of the Superfecta, but I think I'm going to have some other horses in that spot. So I'm going to be a toss. I'm not going to say it's not throw out total X. It's a toss for me. I just will not be using leading change.
Look, Manny Franco has been huge at Sarasota.
He's been hot.
He's second to Jose Ortiz with 50 wins. His win percentage is 19%. He's been in the top 3 48%. That's a big plus having him aboard. I 100% was going to say the exact same thing you were. This is the emerging market of the Travers with his 2 races, his 2 wins. He's never ran in a Triple Crown race, and horses that have raced in at least 1 or more legs of the Triple Crown have won the last 7 Travers. He's going to try to get the lead, but I think Napoleon Solo is going to get the lead. This horse is probably going to be in second. I don't think he's going to have enough to overtake Solo and the rest of the horses that are coming from behind. So I could see why you would put him in your supers because he's going to be a price. But I think
he's gonna be out front. Maybe if he gets out front and he maybe holds up a little bit, holds up for 4th.
He could, but there's a lot of horses in this race that like to close. In the 3-hole, we have Napoleon Solo, morning line at 8-1, ridden by Johnny V, trained by Chad Summers. What's your thoughts on the Preakness winner, Matt?
I am going to give him a pass for the Haskell Stakes. I'm going to say that it was the slop, and it had a race of a lifetime for Baby Vino. I don't want to take anything away from Baby Vino, but I don't think Baby Vino can run that again. And if Baby Vino doesn't run that again, he wins the Haskell too. So I think Solo is really good. It's going to get out in the speed. I am going to have it in my win category because if it just gets out and doesn't get too run on by leading change, it could win the race. It definitely could win the race. I don't think it's going to, but I could see it leading most of the way and then maybe get caught by one of the 2 closers, but I could see it finishing 2nd or 3rd and at least in 4th. So I think it's definitely a win category, but it's not going to be my top win choice.
I wouldn't put him quite in the win category. I know he won the Preakness, but we all kind of poo-pooed the Preakness field there and how kind of weak it was. He did run. I mean, he ran well in the Haskell, even though he did lose to Baby Vino. He earned his career best equibase speed figure of a 102. Problem is he hasn't faced the likes of Golden Tempo and Renegade yet, so he'll be facing these horses for the first time. He's not run a mile and a quarter before. So him getting out front, I mean, is he going to get tired? And if he does get tired, like you said, there's a lot of closers in this race that will pounce on that. So I'm not quite going to put him in the win category. I wouldn't throw him out. I would still kind of put him in that super category. He's got John Velasquez aboard for the first time, who's replacing Paco Lopez, who's riding Baby Vino. So I don't know, a new jockey. Like Nick said, it could be a positive, could be a negative. Who knows? But I'm putting him in that super category.
Well, it can be a positive or it can be a negative. In this case, I think it's a positive. Like for a horse that wants to get out front, give me Johnny V. Give me Johnny V. I don't like Matt talked about having an excuse in the Haskell. He didn't run bad.
He did not
run bad. He's got edged at the end. And like he tried to pin Baby Vino in there and Baby Vino just fought through and got him at the wire. Like, I don't think he really needs an excuse. And he's gone a mile and 3/16. Neil. So he's gone pretty much a mile and a quarter.
Close,
Like,
yeah.
you're just there.
Yeah.
Like, the negative with this horse, we talked about how good Manny Franco's been at Saratoga. Well, Chad Summers, Napoleon Solo's trainer, is over. So, like, I really, really like this horse. And I really like the fact that he can get out front. I think he's got value at 8-1. He's 1-1 at Saratoga, where he won his maiden race. The last 10 Travers winners have won their final prep race. He won his final prep race. There's a lot of positives. The one negative is his trainer, which hasn't figured out a way to win a single race at Saratoga. Despite that, I think Napoleon Solo is a win candidate. In the 4-hole, we got the Puma. Morning line at 8-1, ridden by Javier Castellano, trained by Gustavo Delgado. I think it's your turn, Neil, and this was your boy before he scratched in the Derby.
Yeah, this was my Derby pick going into Derby, and I was high on the Puma, and he had that long layoff and came back and finished fourth by 4.25 lengths in the Haskell, to Baby Vino, and behind Napoleon Solo as well. I mean, he didn't have a great start, and then after that, he really didn't really have much. But to me, you could throw that out. Like I said, he hadn't raced in a while. I think in his second start back, he'll be much better. He's won the Tampa Bay Derby. He was second in the Florida Derby, to Commandment. So he's been there. He's been up there. He proved that he belongs. He's gonna stalk the pace. He'll be probably mid pack through the backstretch, come around on the far turn and try to run down the Napoleon Solo. So if he has enough to try to hold off the closers, then he can win. He's got Javier Castellano on board. And Castellano's the all-time winningest Travers jockey, so he knows this race. He knows how to win this race. Give me the Puma as a win contender.
I was in on the Puma for the Haskell, and I'm sticking with the Puma here in the Travers. It is also my win category for many of the reasons that Neil said. Like, second time off the layoff, I think that's going to help it. And I mean, if you look at this race, you have some early speed, you have a lot of closers. I need to take a mid-pack horse, because you try and figure out how many ways a race is going to get run. You can't just go front pack or closers. Have somebody in the middle of the pack if they can take advantage. And I think with the 4 spot, the Puma back at it, Castellano on board, I think those are all positives. I've got the Puma in my win category.
Yeah, I think if you had this horse to win in the Haskell, I think you've got to continue and pick him here in the Travers. I think that was kind of a prep race for him. Coming off that long layoff, he ran 100 Brisnet speed figure. It wasn't like he laid a dud out there. So if you liked him in the Haskell, I think you have to like him here. You mentioned Castellano. Yeah, he's won this damn race 7 times. 7 times. So having him aboard is a positive. Now, your trainer is 1 for 11 in grade 1 races this year, which is not a positive. This horse has talent. I don't think I can put him in the win category, but I think definitely if he's going to go off at 8-1, he's a horse you want to include in your tries and your supers. In the 5-hole, we have Renegade, 3-1 on the morning line. Tyler G aboard for the injured Irad. Todd Pletcher, the trainer. Matt, your thoughts on our Dandy winner?
So, obviously, Renegade, one of the best 3-year-old horses out there. Whether that's saying much or not really sure. I mean, again, there's a lot of good horses in this race. I'm actually going to downgrade Renegade because of the jockey switch. I know it's not, Irad got hurt, but Irad was Renegade's guy. And Renegade, as a closer, you have to run a certain type of race. You have to know what to run. And there's going to be a lot of early speed in this race. I'm not saying Tyler Gaffleone's a bad jockey by any sense of the mean, but the fact that it's a new jockey in a horse, and honestly, outside of the Derby, could you guys argue that this is the best field of 3-year-olds outside of the Derby?
Yes.
I don't think it's close.
Yes.
So to me, if you're just nitpicking and trying to find things, I'm going to downgrade Renegade because of the new jockey. Now, I'm not going to say he can't win, but I'm not going to use him as a win candidate for me. I'm going to use him in my tries and my superfectas. But I mean, new jockey, and when it's going up against Golden Tempo, it's lost. So like that's happened a couple times now. If you keep thinking it's not going to happen again, that's the form of insanity. So I'm going to downgrade it and just use them in my tries and superfectas.
Yeah, I hear you, and I agree. The new jockey and Tyler Gaffleone is a question mark. Like you said, Irad's been his guy. Irad knows the horse the best. Renegade knows Irad in the way that he likes to handle him. And so having the new jockey is a concern. However, this horse, I think, is that good that even with Tyler Gaffleone on him, he can still win, and I think he does win. He's coming off the Dandy where he at Saratoga less than a month ago, where he won by a half length over a really good Commandment and a Silent Tactic, who's also in this race. I mean, I think he's, and I know we keep saying that Golden Tempo, we keep doubting him and he keeps winning. I think this is the race where Renegade finally overcomes that. He gets the win. I'm putting him he's my pick to win, and I'm putting him in the win category.
Not only has he faced Golden Tempo twice and lost, both of those races that he lost was a mile and a quarter. This horse is 0 for 2 at a mile and a quarter. And he comes in, he closes. His closing kick is unbelievable. But is it a better closing kick at a mile and 1/8 than it is at a mile and a quarter? Which that could be a possibility, which is why he's not winning at a mile and a quarter. So maybe that's also a reason why Golden Tempo is beating both times. But to me, that's a negative.
That Belmont race, I'm tossing that Belmont race. I don't know what happened to him in that, but I feel like that's an anomaly. So, I mean, I'm more looking at what he did in the Derby more than what he did in the Belmont.
Look, and I downgraded Renegade in the Dandy too. So I paid the price for it. So because I didn't downgrade the Belmont, maybe I should have. But to me, the switch from Irad to Tyler G, and Tyler G, like you all said, is a really good jockey. That is a negative. That is a negative. Him switching off of Irad. Pletcher and Tyler G together in grade ones this year, 0 for 9. And like, to me, there's just too many negatives. He always finishes in the money. So you can't take him down completely. And at 3-1, you want to, right? You want to, but you can't really do it. So I think you got to put him in your tries and your supers. In the 6 hole, it's everybody's favorite maiden, Ocelli, morning line at 20-1, ridden by Edgar Zayas, trained by Whitworth Beckman. Neil, will this horse ever get in the winner's circle, and does he have a chance here to do it for the first time?
No, of course not. I mean, props to Ocelli. He just keeps trying. His owners just keep throwing him out there. Like, it's great. He was a nice feel-good story when he finished, that third in the Kentucky Derby at the odds of 70-1. Everybody was like, oh, look at this horse. And then ever since then, finished dead last in a 7-horse field his last time out in the Haskell. And not only did he finish last, he finished last by 32 lengths to Baby Vino. He was behind Napoleon Solo and the Puma, who were also in this race. He finished second in the grade 3 Ohio Derby in June. He was 4th in the Preakness, losing to Napoleon Solo. Like you said, he hasn't won a race. He's lost to basically everybody else in this field. He's a closing horse, and he is not even close to as good of a closing horse as all the other closing horses that we talked about, the Renegades and the Golden Tempos. So no, this horse has no chance. Throw him out. Another horse with a new jockey. He's got Edgar Zayas on him instead of Tyler Gaffleone. So maybe that'll change his luck, but doubtful. Throw him out.
I promise I didn't get booted on purpose, but I was kind of hoping I'd miss the Ocelli talk because I hate this horse. Toss into the Ohio River next.
That's it. That's all you got.
That's all he's got.
Okay. So what's worse, Ocelli for trying to keep their owners to keep trying to roll Ocelli out there to try and win a race against these guys, or Deshaun Watson somehow being a starting quarterback for the Browns? We'll talk about that later. I don't know what's worse.
Dude, this horse was bought for $12K. It hasn't won a race, and has made almost $850,000.
Yeah, it's a good return on investment.
It was bought for $12K and ran in the Derby. Was it Preakness or was it Belmont? I can't even remember. Sally, did he run in Preakness?
Yeah, Preakness. He was fourth in the Preakness.
He came in 3rd in the Derby. But yeah, this is a pass. It's going to be the biggest odds on the board. Like, tempting, maybe try to throw him in your supers, but in the 7-hole C Strike, morning line of 5-1, ridden by Flavian Pratt, trained by Chad Brown. This horse is making his 4th start. Matt, your thoughts on C Strike?
C Strike's intriguing. I think this is, we have our lightly raced, horses. But this is a little bit of step up. It's had three races. Won its last one at Saratoga in the Curlin, 1.125 miles. Going from 6.5 furlongs to 1.125 miles, I feel like it's a pretty big jump. And it beat my guy, Chief Wallaby. I'm a big Chief Wallaby guy. It's intriguing. I just don't know if. I think a lot of people are going to use this horse in underlays and your tries and your supers to think that it might be in it. I'm not willing to take that bet. I'm just going to go elsewhere with that. So I'm going to just not use. I'm going to pass on C Strike.
Yeah, this horse, only 3 starts. He's got the 2 victories. He's coming off that 8 1/4 length victory in the Curlin Stakes on the 1.125 miles. So, that was a pretty dominant victory, which is obviously why his odds are at 5-1 right now. And also, as Matt said, he defeated Chief Wallaby, who's a quality 3-year-old. The mystery here is like he's only run 1 race that's longer than a mile. The other 2 career starts have been sprints when he finished 1st in his debut and then 5th in his 2nd start at Saratoga. So, I don't know. Can he go the 1.25 miles? He's run a 1.125 miles one time, and other than that, he hasn't run a mile at all. So I don't know. It's a mystery. I'm probably going to toss him just because of that, and especially at the odds of 5-1, there's not really much value there anyway. I'd say throw him out.
Yeah, this horse stretched out from 6.5 furlongs to 1.125 miles last time, but improved his Brisnet from 87 to 105. And he'll be close to the pace. But I'm concerned about the distance of this horse. And then here's my thing. I look at C Strike and I look at Leading Change, and their resumes are very similar. And one's 12-1 on the morning line and one's 5-1 on the morning line. So this is a big time toss. Big time toss.
He did.
I would rather take a chance on Leading Change at much higher odds than this horse. Because you look at it, their resumes are not that different. And honestly, Leading Change has won a grade 3 and C Strike is not.
C Strike ran a 109 at his equibase speed figure last race, which is highest of anybody in the field. When you look at everybody's top speed figure, this 109 outdoes everybody else. So maybe that's what people are looking at. But at 5-1, I'm still not sold.
Yeah, and he improved by 20 points. Now, that could mean this horse is improving big time, or it could be an outlier. That's just with 3 starts. We don't know. Yeah. But at 5-1, I'm not including this horse.
I agree.
I'd love to see give me even one more race at 1.125 miles, and maybe you can get me on board. But you just don't know if that's an anomaly or just had the best day of its life. It's just too good of a field to, especially at that, like Nick said, at that value or lack of value. I feel like you can go elsewhere and get better options.
Yeah. In the 8-hole, Baby Vino, our Haskell winner, morning line at 10-1. Switches from Vargas to Lopez, who Vargas beat Lopez in the Haskell, but Lindsey Schultz decides to switch anyways. Neil, your thoughts on the Haskell winner?
Yeah, he was the surprise Haskell winner at 28-1. And he defeated a lot of good horses in that race. Napoleon Solo and the Puma and Ocelli, who were all in this race, but Iron Honor, Further Ado, some other quality horses there. So, he comes in winning his last 3 starts. Like we mentioned, the Haskell, the Pegasus Stakes back in June, and his maiden special in May. It did take him a while to get going, as he, took him 5 starts to finally break his maiden, but I feel like the light bulb might have clicked on for him. Maybe that's a product of the tracks he's been running on, because all of his starts have come at Oaklawn or Monmouth. He's 5 starts at Oaklawn and 2 at Monmouth. So, he's never touched the dirt at Saratoga. So that could be a factor there. I just think that when you're going up against he has not raced against the Renegades and the Golden Tempos yet. So he's going to have to deal with those 2 challengers who were probably the top 2 horses in this race. So to me, he's not a win contender, but at 10-1, there's some value there to include him in your tries and your supers. So give him. Yeah, I'm putting him in that category.
Yeah, Baby Vino's on the heater of all heaters. You know, it's won its last 3 races, won in each of the last 3 months. So odds would say that, it's going to be a good horse. I am going to toss it though. I'm not going to use it in my superfectas and trifectas. I'm going to go on the fact that this is going to be the best field it's faced. And I just like some other options to use in my ticket. Maybe I'll take a big ticket and have it in there. I don't know if this field and just even that little stretch out the distance to 1 1/4 miles, I don't know if we're going to get the same Baby Vino that we saw last time against the Haskell.
I just can't get over the fact that you switch jockeys. Like,
This is have you? This one is insane.
Like Jorge Vargas gets you your first ever Grade 1 win as a trainer, and you reward him by taking him off. And look, Paco rode this horse in the Pegasus, which was the previous start, to the Haskell. But still, like, I'm going to reward Vargas for getting me my first Grade 1 win. And I'm going to ride him, and I'm going to take him to the Travers.
Well, and also, Paco Lopez should be suspended right now. You guys know that, right? He got suspended for 30 days for reckless riding, but they pushed it back to the next Saratoga season. Like, there is not good karma with Paco Lopez. So if you're going to make a jockey change, fine. But, it's don't change the jockey to him.
Yeah.
I don't know if he had taken his suspension, if he'd be able to go now, but I know that he was supposed to be 30 days, and then a couple weeks later, they pushed it on to the next year. So he's back racing at Saratoga.
To me, the change just doesn't make sense, regardless of all that, and that even adds another element to it. I love the heart that this horse showed in the Haskell. Like, it wasn't one of those rail rides where it's wide open and you take the rail and you take a shorter distance, and that's why you beat everybody. Like, he was tight on the rail and being pressed by Napoleon Solo and fought the entire way and still finished with a 104 Brisnet figure. So I love the heart of this horse. Like you said, he's won his last 3 races. He would be the first horse to win the Haskell and then come back and win the Travers since 2015 when Keen Ice did it. But at 10-1, I think this is a horse with some heart, and I think this is a horse that can finish in the money. I'm not going to pick him to win, but I think this is a horse that you could put in your tries and your supers. In the 9-hole, this worked out perfectly because it's Matt's turn. It's Golden Tempo, 5-2 on the morning line. He's finally being respected. Jose Ortiz remains aboard, which is one of the few jockeys that is riding the horse that they've rode most of the way. And then Cherie DeVoe is your trainer. It's Matt's favorite horse in the world. Your thoughts on
Win
Golden
contender.
Tempo?
Win contender.
It's the first time you ever said that.
I can't deny it. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to go for Golden Tempo. I don't know what you guys are going to go for. It's going to be really interesting that this could be the race that doesn't finish. This will be its worst race, because now we're finally on board. But no, I mean, I have to respect what it did at the Derby, what it did at Belmont, at Saratoga. You can't. It is the best 3-year-old horse for this distance. Now, is it the best 3-year-old horse overall? I don't know. We'll find that out in the Breeders' Cup. But it is the best 3-year-old at 1.25 miles. I'm using it as a win contender. I think it's going to be right up there. I think it's going to get a great trip. And Jose has been doing great at Saratoga too. So there's just positive on positive on positive. All right, haters. I like.
Is this where our heads explode, Neil?
I mean, what? Who is this guy?
I gotta go with it.
How you follow that up?
I mean, Matt's 100% right. I hated on Golden Tempo as well, not maybe to the degree that Matt did, but when you go out and you win the Kentucky Derby, and then you back it up with a win in the Belmont, over Renegade both times and other really quality horses of the 3-year-old crop. So, and he proved in the Derby, the fast pace in the Derby, set up well for him. But then he also proved in the Belmont when there's a slow pace, he could still take care of business. So no matter if the pace is fast or slow here in this race, he's got a shot, and he's probably going to come and run the leaders down. So, Jose Ortiz, the best jockey, probably going right now. He's the leader in wins in this Saratoga meet. So, That's a huge positive. He's definitely a win contender. Never finished outside the money in 6 career starts. He's good. He's a good horse.
Jeez. Like, I expected y'all to continue to just throw fire at Golden Tempo, be haters.
Well, nobody wants to step
Y'all
up
are
and take it from him.
coming
Nobody wants to
in,
step up and
yeah.
take it from him.
with flowers and rainbows.
I mean,
Nobody
the
wants
funny
to take
thing
it
is,
from him. It's there for the taking.
if Renegade finally takes it from him, was Irad holding Renegade back? Is that going to be the question coming out of this?
Yeah,
Hey,
Irad just wanted his brother to get the wins.
Well, you want me
It's
to give you a negative?
conspiracy.
You want me to give you a negative for Golden Tempo in this race?
What's that?
Jose Ortiz, 0 for 10 in the Travers. Now, look, I don't know what that matters.
I mean, guy, he's leading Saratoga meet
It's still
right
a
now.
number. It's still a number. 0 for 10
Sure.
in the Travers. It's a number.
That's a number.
I don't buy into it and think it matters at all. I mean, you all said it all. Like, this horse has won the Derby and the Belmont. Like, what else is there to say? He did it in a fast pace. Everybody thought it broke down. And then, like Neil said, he did it in the Belmont where it wasn't a fast pace and still figured out a way to win. And that's why he's 5-2. That's why he's finally being respected. Like, he went off at 6-1 in the Belmont. 6-1. And it was 23-1 in the Derby. So, yes, this horse is a win contender, and I am glad that both of y'all have finally come aboard.
The funny thing is, before we move on, this race actually has the most, it has an excuse if Tempo doesn't win because it's coming off of the injury. Like, if it doesn't win, you could say, you could say
that. The layoff is a thing.
It is a thing.
Yeah, the layoff is a thing. And because you just look at, again, I'm not trying to say they're the same horses, but you look at the Puma. It was good to see the Puma back out there, but clearly, it needed a race. Does Golden Tempo need a race?
And their plan all along was not to skip the Dandy. Their plan was to go to the Dandy.
Correct.
This was not the plan. So, yeah, I mean, I think I'd said the Jose Ortiz thing at 0 for 10 was a negative. Like, that's the legit negative, the layoff.
Yes.
And to close the field in the 10 hole, it's Silent Tactic. 10-1 on the morning line. Luis Saez aboard. Mark Cassie is the trainer. Neil, close out the field for us.
Yeah, I like Silent Tactic. He finished third his last time out in the Dandy here at Saratoga. Finished third by 2.5 lengths, so he wasn't too far behind Renegade. He had that long layoff, a 4-month layoff before the Dandy because of that foot bruise and foot separations. Otherwise, he would have been a Derby horse and probably would have run in some of the other Triple Crown races. So, prior to the injury, he was in good form. He finished second in the Arkansas Derby, right behind Renegade. He was second in the Rebel Stakes in March, and also won the Grade 3 Southwest Stakes in February. So he was in good form before the Dandy. I think, as we mentioned with these other horses, after the layoff, he needed that race to kind of get back into the swing of things. And so I expect him to be better. I expect him to be better in this race. I don't think he's going to win, but in 7 starts, he's never finished outside the money. So I'm putting him in that trifecta, superfecta category, and we'll see how he does.
Totally agree with Neil. This is my favorite underlay horse of it all. I don't think it's going to win, but I love it's a great horse. Neil said every race it's finished in the money. The 5 of its last 6 races have been a Grade 3 or better, and they've obviously all finished in the money. 4 seconds and 3 seconds, a first and a third. And these are Grade 3, Grade 2, good races. I think it's definitely in there. I don't love the post position, but luckily Golden Tempo being next to it, Golden Tempo is not going to jump out, so you can at least get in a little bit. But I think Silent Tactic's going to be up there, and maybe talking about the second race off of a layoff, maybe, the Jim Dandy was a good, hey, get back out there after a long layoff. Now second one back, couple weeks time, feel like it'll do really well for Silent Tactic.
And Silent Tactic changed his tactics in the last race, was more, forwardly placed, and that led to his best speed figure in his career.
There was only 5 horses in that race, though.
But still, I mean,
I feel like that plays a factor.
It probably does. Like, to me, it's breaking down what horse do I want to close out my tries and my supers. Is it Vino, Puma, or Silent Tactic? And I think I became kind of a fanboy of Baby Vino because of the way he ran in that race, and he actually got the victory. Like, Silent Tactic hasn't been able to do that. But if you look at their class and their races, like, Silent Tactic's class is a lot better than Vino's. So I'm kind of going with my heart here because I just really like the way that Vino ran. I like the way that he got the victory, and you can't put everybody in your tries or supers. So I'm gonna leave Silent Tactic out, but I think it might be one that burns me.
I agree with you coming down to the Baby Vino versus Silent Tactic argument when you're trying to round out your try in your super. And if both of them are at 10-1 odds, I'm the opposite of you. I'm going Silent Tactic over Baby Vino.
I would
All right.
agree.
Matt, you want to give your top four?
My top four, my overall winner, the Puma. I still have to shade Golden Tempo just a little bit. I think this race, given the early speed, the closers, I just think it's going to become a middle pack horse is going to win it. And I think the Puma, second start off of a layoff, I think it's in prime condition. I didn't trust the Puma early on with Neil, but Neil's talked me into the Puma. I think this is the Puma. Puma comes 1, Golden Tempo will come 2. I'm going to go Napoleon Solo 3, and I'm back and forth between Renegade and Silent Tactic. I'm going to go Silent Tactic 4. Renegade off the board.
I mean, for if you try to make money, that's the way to go there. Neil, you got your top four?
Yeah, it's tough because I've got 5 that I like, and I got to throw one out. But give me Renegade as my winner. I can't. I know I'm going against Golden Tempo again. Maybe I should just go Golden Tempo to jinx it, and maybe we'll come in last. But
Well, you haven't got one right yet, so that might
I
work.
know. Give me Renegade. I like the way that Renegade performed in his last race. Give me Renegade. 1, just the layoff with Golden Tempo is a little concerning, but give me Golden Tempo in second. It's going to be another one of those duels like it was in the Derby. I think it's going to be they will be separated by a half length, if not less. So Renegade 1, Golden Tempo 2. This is where it gets tough. It's between Nap Solo and the Puma. As much as I love the Puma, give me Nap Solo in the 3-hole, and then Silent Tactic to round out my exacta at the 10-1 odds.
So you're taking Puma out completely?
Yeah, I gotta.
You're debating him on the third, but then throw him out completely.
Yeah, because I want Silent Tactic in my super at 10-1.
So look, y'all. I mean,
But they're interchangeable.
Both of y'all were throwing so many positives at Golden Tempo, and I was so proud of you. And then y'all just couldn't bring it home. This horse has proven that he's the best horse of this field. I am taking Golden Tempo to win this race. And them going Nap Solo and Renegade 2-3, I kind of can't decide whether Renegade is going to get Nap Solo or not. But I'm going Tempo, Nap Solo, Renegade, and then I'm going to close it out with Baby Vino. I liked looking at Silent Tactic. I liked looking at Puma. Those are in the consideration, but those are my 4. But I still can't. I thought for sure one of y'all were going to pick Tempo.
No, still not doing it.
It's a good horse, but at
this point, it's just based on principle. We've hated on him for this long. We gave him his flowers, but we're still not picking him.
Look, Nick, I am going to take a step up in the Derby and the Belmont. I had Golden Tempo on 0 of my tickets. I will have it on my tickets. I just don't think it's going to win the race.
And that's fair. That's fair. If he ran in the Dandy and won, would you pick him?
Yes.
Yes.
If he
100%.
ran in the Dandy and won the Dandy, I'm like, hey man, this is the best horse, no doubt.
Yeah.
What if he ran in the Dandy and got beat at the wire?
Honestly, I would take Golden Tempo more if it ran in the Dandy, regardless of its result. Because now you just have that little doubt. It's been off for 8 weeks? Like it's been out for a while. If it ran in the Dandy, it'd be in form, it'd be in its normal training schedule. I would be more inclined to take it.
Well, and here's another thing. I think Napoleon Solo losing his last race is a positive because I'm putting a win ticket on that horse. I know I didn't pick him as my first choice, but I am putting a win ticket on Napoleon
at 8 to
Solo.
1's not a yeah.
I think I would play a couple of exactas and have a different, decent amount of win horses in the exactas. I think that's how I'll play it. Because they're like, let's be honest, there are 4 or 5 horses that can win this race. I'm not saying they're going to, but there's 4 or 5 horses that could win.
And we covered 3 of them. Will one of the 3 of us get it right?
Probably not.
Yes. I mean, between Golden Tempo, Renegade and the Puma. I mean, the only other question would be Nap Solo. I mean, that's as you mentioned. I think he can win. Yeah. No, but I think we get it right. I think I get it right finally.
I
Hush the doubters.
See, I'm going 2 races in a row where I'm not going Renegade, but it burned me last time out. So I don't know. This race is stacked. And you can legit bet it. I'm excited for this race.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, shoot. Whitney Stakes a couple weeks ago. There's a people love to bet Saratoga. The pools were quite large for that race. So
yeah, but you couldn't win a lot of money in that race.
But if you not in the race, but if you played the horizontals before it,
you just can't play that race by itself.
Yeah, no, you can't. The pick 3 paid out. My winning was 178. So if you want to get in the horizontals, I feel like on Saturday.
Did you all see Clippity Clop?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, at
Assiniboia Downs.
Why would they even why are we even running a 2-horse race?
Well, it was a stakes race. It's the R.C. Anderson Stakes Race, and there's 2 horses, and they're rounding the turn, and they're already you can't basically see the second place horse. They widen that pan so much to keep both horses in the frame. The announcer Kurt something. I used to watch Assiniboia Downs all the time when they were on Stable Duel, and now that they're not, I haven't watched it at all hardly this whole summer. But dude wins by 84 lengths.
Yeah, who was running against Clippity Clop?
Oh crap.
I don't know, but that horse was all out. Around the first turn, he was doing everything he could to just stay up front stay with Clippity Clop. And then once they hit the backstretch, it was over. I mean, it was 30 lengths going into turn 3. And then, 80 some odd lengths.
Yeah, it's
the horse race. It's
the largest win by margin since 1991. The second, do y'all want to guess what the second biggest margin of victory is? To 84?
22.
51.
Oh,
51. And that also happened this year. But Clippity Clop, dude.
Beast.
Give that horse all the peppermints and all the oats.
Also,
Beast.
I made sure to check the weather for Saturday. High of 77, mostly sunny in Saratoga Springs. Beautiful day.
Have a nice fast track.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. The when it's dry up there, it's a speed trap. It's a speed track, which is interesting because right before the Belmont ran, they had that little bit of rain. Who would have known? I mean, Speed had won all that whole weekend, and then Tempo came through and won. So it'll be interesting to see.
And I guess to keep it on horse racing, Matt, you've been kind of keeping us in the loop on this whole Marshall Graham situation.
Dude, it's wild.
I mean, dude gets veterinary information, basically finagles the URL, figures out a way to get access to it, and instead of alerting everybody, uses it to his advantage.
Yeah.
And
he's been playing in handicap challenges. He has given it to the computer-assisted wagering. I don't know if he works for a company or is in with a company that is computer-assisted wagering. It's unbelievable how this was able to happen. And everyone's just like, oh, what could it, computer-assisted wagering is a hot topic with horse racing, but it feels like it's just pushing the common man out. And it's just you're never going to be able to win.
But he was also using these to claim horses. He was using it for everything. He's involved in so many different aspects of horse racing. and was using it to his advantage for every single aspect. And they haven't even announced what his official suspension is going to be. It's a temporary suspension right now. Like, and Rapoli's just going off on
I love
Twitter.
Rapoli. He's so great.
But he's what the sport needs.
Yeah.
And like, there's so many issues with this sport. And it's going to go away if they don't figure it out, because people just aren't betting it anymore when there's so many different options to bet. And when you can't win money, even when you hit, you don't win a lot of money.
Yeah. No, well, I will say this. I got to give Naira their flowers, even though they've messed up a lot of stuff this summer. They are one of the few that cut off computer-assisted wagering before the Triple Crown season started. So it cuts off at 2 minutes to post. So once you get 2 minutes to post, the computer-assisted wagering's out of the win pools, out of all the pools. So you just have to keep an eye on at that 2 minute to post mark. And if you see some big jumps, you probably want to hop on that horse. But it's nice to know that, like, if my horse goes into the gate at 3-1, it's going to finish 3-1. It's not going to finish 7-5.
Yeah.
What's the worst? I mean, we've talked about that plenty of times on here. Like, you think you got a horse for some money. He's going off at 5-1, and then he's 2-1 when he's getting out of the gate. Like, but I don't know. Like, this should be an automatic suspension for life, though. Like, what are we even talking about? This is automatic. This is Pete Rose. Like, you are gone, and you can never be involved in the sport again. Like, how is it that hard to do? Like, I get you got to do your investigation, but it all seems pretty clear what happened.
Yeah. I love how it broke on Twitter. All the Twitter, the Twitter, the Twitter warriors figured this out. And then when Rapoli's like, this is going to be the biggest news in horse racing, and I'm like, oh boy, let's lock in.
Like, when he first figured that out, he's like, oh, what we got here? What we got here?
Yeah. Because is Grimm a part of the jockey club and all those things? Like, he's a part of everything.
Yes. But I don't know. But you're right. I just love Rapoli going off. Now, some of those tweets could be a little shorter because my attention span isn't super long.
It's a boomer tweeting. Like, that's just you're not going to get the quick and concise. It's going to be a long, but it's good. It's nice. It's nice to break it up.
And you're going to hang with us here, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. To get it kind of off of horse racing, talk a little golf. Like, we have talked how the playoff format is going to change after 2027, which I think we were all excited about. I like the format now, but I think it could be better. And the fact that they all play next weekend and start at the same spot, whether you're 1 or 30, is stupid. But it was also stupid given Scotty Scheffler a 9-stroke lead when then everybody really has no chance. So there had to be something to fix the final round of the playoff. And that is what these plans do. Starting in 2028, there will be 2 stages. In week 1, they will take the top 32 and they will form 8 groups of 4. And they will play over 3 days, and it'll be 1 match per day. And then, just like the World Cup, the top 2 from each group will advance to a 16-man tournament the following week at a different course. They will then play a straight-up 16-man 1v1 tournament. And to win the whole damn thing, you got to win 4 matches in a row. I think this is awesome.
Yeah, no, I think the PGA nailed it. And we talked at the end of last year on how to fix it. And we were just hoping that they would just do, a 32-man match play, just single elimination tournament. And they took it one step further than that and made it even better with the group stage play, and then moving it on to a 16-man tournament. So absolutely nailed it. You keep your viewers intrigued even longer. Now you spread it over 2 weekends. This is great. And if with pool play, like, if you have a bad round, you're not automatically out. So, like, if Scotty Scheffler in a normal match play tournament has a bad round and then he's out, then might lose some viewers. So here in pool play, if he has a bad round, loses a match, not a big deal. As long as he finishes in the top 2, you'll see him the next weekend. So absolutely nailed it. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm not into not into golf as much as you guys are. I wish they could start this now, because my golfing hot take is we've been terrible at the Ryder Cup for the past couple of Ryder Cups. I feel like a format like this, I know not only Americans are golfing in this, but I feel like a format like this will help us for the Ryder Cup. I just feel like we've melted down in the Ryder Cup when it comes to match plays, or whenever you need to go get those points, they just haven't been able to do it. Having something like this as your championship for the golf season has to help. Like,
No,
I
I
think it's
agree.
great.
Yeah,
It keeps
I
people
agree.
involved, and hopefully it gets us off our ass when it comes to the Ryder Cup.
Now, 28 will not be a Ryder Cup year, right? Because 27 will be our
Correct.
Ryder Cup year.
Be a
But
President's Cup year.
Yeah.
I mean, here's why. The reason they've kind of shied away from this is because you're worried that Scotty's going to lose in pool play. You know, you're going to lose your big names in that pool play. But I'm glad they went ahead and pulled the trigger on this, because this is the best way to do it. And no, 2028, once we get to the playoffs, dude, this is going to be awesome. Like, people are going to be locked into every match.
Mhm.
Like, it's going to be, and like the way that you're going to get there is going to be very similar to the way they get to the 30 now. They're going to have a couple events where that breaks down and gets down to that 32. Ricky Fowler finished 33rd. So if this was the format here in a couple years, I would
still
be
be out.
pressed out pretty good.
Yeah.
He went into the weekend 28th, played like crap all weekend, double bogeys the first hole on Sunday when he needed to shoot like a 65. And then his iron play was great, and he couldn't make a 6-foot putt to save his life. So finishes 33rd. He would be the next man out in this format. So you got to figure that out. But I think overall for golf, this is fantastic.
Yes. Absolutely.
Does Scotty win next week?
Yes. I mean, we brought it up to if he'll ever win another. I mean, he won the first tournament of the year, didn't win another one all year. And of course, once playoff time happens, he dominates at the St. Jude. And then he was okay last week, wasn't great.
Dude, he was dealing with hand, foot, mouth.
It doesn't
His
matter.
doctor told him not to play. He's got blisters all over his hands, and he still played.
Hey, if Michael Jordan can win a championship with food poisoning or the flu, Scotty Scheffler should be able to go out and win a tournament with hand, foot, and mouth.
I mean, he didn't finish in last. Like, he had a bad Thursday, which is what he did a lot at the beginning of the year, right?
That's
Yeah,
true.
Thursdays
That's what
was
held him
not
back.
his day.
And you find out, well, maybe there's a reason why he didn't play so well. He could barely hold on to his damn club.
Seems problematic.
I mean, he's got to be the favorite to win. Wyndham's playing out of his head right now. Your favorite guy, Wyndham.
I like Wyndham. I'm not a Wyndham hater like the rest of you schmucks.
He tried to blow it, but nobody wanted to take advantage of it on Sunday, and then he ended up clearing the field by 3 strokes.
I mean, the man went birdie, birdie, birdie in his last 3 holes.
Yeah, but I mean,
went out and
before
took it.
that, he went.
I mean,
he
Rory
got
did melt down on the last couple holes, but when you go birdie, birdie, birdie to close it out in a tight
look. And when you're not playing
Come
well
back.
the whole round, and then you do that, like, more power to you, because I think it's even harder to do when you haven't played your greatest. And then those last couple holes are hard too. Well, 17's a birdie hole, but 16 and 18 were tough. Just ask Ricky Fowler. Y'all been watching a lot of the Little League World Series?
No. I'm not a big Little League World Series fan like a lot of other people are.
I'm not watching a ton of it, but when this Kinley Rasmus story is pretty dang cool.
It is cool.
Like, I don't think we've seen a girl really perform this well in the Little League World Series since Monet Davis did it. And what was that? Probably
10 years ago?
10 or so years ago.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, Kinley Rasmus, she's the daughter of former MLB pitcher Corey Rasmus and the niece of Kobe Rasmus, playing for Alabama. She has 14 strikeouts throughout the Little League World Series, which has tied Monet Davis. And then she had 2 base hits today in their win over Washington, and she broke the record that stood since 1998. So she has 5 hits, the most for a girl in the history of the Little League World Series. Like, it's just, there's not a ton of sports going on right now other than baseball. Fun to watch a Little League World Series every once in a while. And seeing a little girl dominate the boys is kind of
Yeah, no, Little League World Series is the type of thing that you just have on the TV in the background when you're doing other things. But I mean, you know, that's like a story. Like when her team's playing, that's something that you want to turn on and watch to see how she's doing, because like that is a cool story. You know, she's setting an example for other, you know, girls that might come through and do what she's kind of like she's paving the way, just like Monet Davis did for her, and she's doing it for, you know, the next generation. But for her to go out there and play amongst the boys, and not only that, but to thrive and be successful, and, you know, set the record for female pitcher, or tie the record for female pitcher in strikeouts, and set it for hits or whatever.
And she's not done. She's going to pitch again.
She's not done. Yeah. So, I mean, her team's having success, and she's a big part of that. So, no, that's awesome. If you haven't seen her, I would recommend checking it out.
Yeah. I honestly haven't watched a ton, but that's a great story. Ironically, one of the few clips I've actually seen was the ending of what was the Iowa-California game. The California had the bases loaded. It was 1-0 Iowa, and it was a 3-2 count. Pitch was wide as can be. Ump struck it out, ended the game. It was a no-hitter. It was a no-hitter, and it was clearly ball 4. It would have extended the game, but everyone was like, you need to have ABS in Little League World Series.
I mean, like these volunteer Little League umpires, like and it's not just this year, it's every year. Some of these balls and strike calls that they make are so bad. And they're Little League umpires. They're not Major League umpires. They're not getting paid for this, but you got to be a little bit better.
But also, here's my thing. You can expand the zone a little bit when you're 12 years old. Like,
no, guys, some of these pitches they're calling strikes are way out.
Look, there's a certain extent to it, yes, but
look up this clip after, and tell me if that should have expanded the zone.
Yeah, it's more so the most egregious calls are the ones that they call strikes. It's not like they have a tight zone. It's their zone is so loose that some of these are just unhittable, and they're called strikes. And
they do have review. They just don't have ABS for balls and strikes. They go to review, and sometimes I think they go to review way too much. But
no, we'll start tuning in here over the weekend when it's the U.S. Championship and the World Series Championship on Sunday.
The Browns named a starting quarterback.
Have we heard of this guy?
Like, who's happy about this?
Nobody. The fans aren't. I'm pretty sure I don't know if the ownership is or not. Deshaun Watson, I don't even think is happy about this. I mean, you saw like he gets booed in their latest preseason game, takes the podium afterward, basically says the boos aren't based on performance, even though his performance has been awful. He sucks, but he's also right. It's not based on performance. It's you're just a crappy human being. But then he basically is unhappy with the situation, and then he gets named the starting quarterback and has to go apologize. Like, nobody's happy here. He's not. The fans aren't. The new coach. Who's the new coach up there for the
Todd Monken?
Monken.
Yeah, Monken. Like, Monken just has this thrown in his lap. Like, he's got to pick between Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. Neither one of them are worth a damn. But
I think it's pretty easy decision.
It is an easy decision. Don't get me wrong. Yes,
what do you think?
But also, but you just
it's an easy decision.
It is an easy decision. You made the wrong decision, but also they both suck. I don't know. He never what's he supposed to do?
Is this ownership making him start Deshaun Watson because they're paying him so much?
They're paying a ton of money.
Like, because there's no way that this is Todd Monken's decision.
No, but
if it was Todd Monken's decision, neither one of them would be the starter, and they'd bring somebody else in.
Well, you got what you got.
You think Todd and Monken's not happy about that either? I'm sure.
He took the job.
I'll say this: you do not have a good choice either way, but you have to do Deshaun because you're going to imagine Deshaun's going to suck, and he sucks. You give him a chance. You gave him his last chance. You're done. See you later. Bye bye. And if Shedeur sucks, well, Shedeur's not that good of a quarterback. If you start Shedeur and Shedeur sucks, and then you have to go to Deshaun, who also sucks, it's just like you have to.
You got Dylan Gabriel, who was a second, third round pick, sitting there as your third string quarterback.
He must suck even more.
That's pretty bad.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure he does. Like, Deshaun Watson's cap hit this year, do y'all know what it is?
Is it like $70 million?
It's not that high.
Okay.
It's $41 million.
And the thing is, it was all guaranteed money. So like they don't save any money. Like
How many
they're
more years
paying
is
the
on?
guy regardless.
How many
This
more
is
years?
it. This is it. They
I
can
mean,
void it next year and it becomes a
to
free
Matt's
agent.
point, though, like maybe you do throw him out there as your starter, hope that he sucks. Your team starts 0-2, 0-3, and then you can that's the end of the experiment and he's gone. Because if it's the other way around and you go Shador and he sucks, then your only other option is to then go to Deshaun, and then that's not good either.
No,
So
the answer is you cut ties. You eat the money. You do this way before right now. You have other quarterbacks in there that are competing for the job. Like your fan base doesn't even want to see that. They hate him.
Yeah.
And
He
they
hates
have
them.
reasons to hate
but
him.
he hates them too. It's reciprocal.
And look, they're so clueless. And when they're doing media, their quotes it's so clueless. And there's no self-awareness whatsoever.
First of all, do you have to make him available at the podium?
If
Like,
he's your
I
starting
would
quarterback,
not have let him get up there. I would not have let him get up there and talk.
Not in
for anything.
training camp. No, I don't
No,
think you
I'm
have
not letting
to.
him. I'm not letting him have a press conference or answer media questions on a podium.
But don't you all agree? Like you just cut ties and you eat the money, and you end this circus.
They're gonna get there eventually.
Yeah, but you're
Here's
you're in the last year. Like,
but here's the thing too, though.
you didn't have to do this again this year.
But they start their first 2 games on the road, so they could give him the first 2 games. He sucks, and then be like,
Which is what Monken said.
Monken
Monken said. I mean, that was one of the reasons he said he chose Deshaun. Is Deshaun, in his mind, gives them the best chance to win, particularly because they are starting on the road, and he thinks that Deshaun would handle that environment better than Shador, which it's going to be a rough environment because everybody in the league hates Deshaun Watson. So I don't know. There's not a good answer. Like it's a bad situation.
No. The Jamar video scared me a little bit today.
Has there been an update?
What happened to Jamar, boys?
There's a video out there.
Wobbling, fell awkwardly on his knee. He landed. He was standing and walking after practice. Said he felt fine, but anytime you see that in a practice, it
goes up. He went up for a ball, came down on one leg, and the leg kind of gave out. He fell to the ground. He walked off and then laid on the ground as if he couldn't move, which then was like, oh damn. But then he got up and he was walking around, stayed at practice. No cart was needed, but I have not heard an update of anything since.
Paul Danner did say, he tweeted that they avoided disaster with Jamar. So
okay, I want Jamar to not touch the field again until week 1. Just stay home, dude. Just stay on your couch, put your feet up.
Stay home.
Put your feet up. I mean, you can go lift some weights and do all that, but we are not throwing deep balls to you in contested situations again. Like, you want to just go out there and run routes on your own, that's fine, but we're not putting you in a contested situation against the defense until week 1.
I ain't arguing against you.
Can I add a topic real quick? Have you guys looked into this 49ers CEO situation at all?
God, we're going to talk about this?
I mean, I heard about
it.
We
don't have to get into it, but just how wild is that story?
Why are you in Ohio? Why are you in East Palestine, Ohio, if you're the owner of the 49ers?
And the trailer park manager came out and said a statement like he wasn't coming to our trailer park. He was like, he was just there. Like he was trying to get the circus away from the trailer park.
Why is the owner of the 49ers in East Palestine, Ohio at a trailer park?
Hey.
Like, just think about those words. What are you doing? Where is East Palestine? Is it like in Cleveland or something? I don't know. I know where that is.
Dude.
It's near the Pennsylvania border, like in Northeast Ohio. Like,
so just some obscure part of Ohio.
South of Young. Like, how do you get to East Palestine? How do you end up there?
The power of...
You can do that but you can do that in California. You don't need to go to East
Palestine. You get caught in a sting. Like, what are the chances that it's a sting? Like, 0 chances. Like,
the power station is just completely messing with everybody's minds and tendons out in the 49ers.
Like,
it's on. Yes. Like, sir, like, what are you doing? Like, the activities you're involved in, number one, are illegal, but you can do those in any state, in any city, in any place but a trailer park in East Palestine, Ohio.
Dude's pulling up in the trailer park in his Lambo. Like, what is going on?
Did he? Was he in the Lambo?
I'm sure he drives a nice-ass car.
I'm not driving a nice-ass car to a trailer park in East Palestine, Ohio. You're just asking for trouble, man. You're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, but yeah, I definitely did see that. And, like,
Unbelievable.
just, like, I don't like pondering what people's lives are because it's hard enough to understand my own life. But dude, what is your life?
What
And
is-
how are you in that situation?
That's worse than Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I
Yeah.
will say Twitter, aka X, was fantastic yesterday. This
Oh,
news
yeah.
broke. It was unbelievable. Great content. Great content.
All right. So I went to the fair on Sunday. Are you going? Y'all going at all this week?
I don't know if I've got time. I like going
I've been
to
to the fair. It's been a couple of years since I've been to the fair.
Usually, like, we'll go one of those throwback concerts. It was not good this year. The concert, like, I'm not. What was it? Ricky Skaggs, like, good bluegrass music. I don't know what he sings.
You
But
go playing ring toss games. Get yourself a big stuffed teddy bear or something.
didn't play any games, but
No?
we walked by like the big vegetables. We saw like a 300-pound watermelon and a 600-pound pumpkin.
How do you grow something?
I have no idea. Like, it's insane how huge
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
But then there's also just like grapes and like here's an okra. Like, they're just sitting on a plate.
First place. I got first
Yeah.
place in the
Yeah.
okra competition at the state fair.
But like none of the animals were there, so we
Lima
were
beans.
just walking around and happened to do that. But did get a couple food items. I'm not going to reveal what I got because I don't want to.
I mean, I know
that
what I can already
affect
tell
the
what you
draft.
got. I already know
Huh?
what you got. I know one for sure that you got.
You already know one I got.
Oh yeah.
So
And it will probably, if you take the number one pick, I know what it's going to be. And it's going to be what you got, and that's
Well-
fine. Because I'm not
well,
going
now
to
that
take a number one either.
well, now that we've got Matt here, are you going to participate?
Yeah, why not? I can come in guns a-blazing. I'm a fat
Okay,
kid.
so normally we do 3 picks each.
I think we keep it at 3 picks.
3 picks.
Yeah.
And then I guess do we let Matt go first since he's the guest?
Okay.
And then,
No. I'll take last. You guys go. It's your show.
well, okay. Who went first last time?
You did with your messy ribs.
All right, so you got first pick.
I got first pick, and I'm not going to pick the food item that you got because I don't like the food item that you got, which is a hot take. But you got it. I'm going to let you have it. You probably got a jumbo corn dog because you love corn dogs, and I don't. But my number one pick, I'm going the gigantic smoked turkey leg. The smoked turkey leg that you just get, and you just walk around and you just eat it like it's medieval times, and you're just gnawing on that piece of meat, walking around looking at all the sights and sounds of the fair with a nice, big, juicy smoked turkey leg. Number one pick.
So it's a good pick. And, like, here's the thing about the corn dog is going to be, it's my number. It's my pick.
Duh.
But,
Knew it.
like, the corn dog costs $8 and you get 4 or 5 bites out of it and it's gone. The turkey leg, you sit there and eat that for a while.
But aren't they the
And-
jumbo corn? They don't have like jumbo corn dogs out there?
I mean, they're still not going to fill you up. Like, is there
It's
even
like
the
a foot long? It's like a foot long corn dog.
Hey,
It's like
you took my pick. I was going to take corn dog. I love corn dogs.
But turkey leg, it's probably like $15-$16, double the price of the corn dog. But it's a lot of food. It's a lot of food.
And it's good food.
All right. I don't know what Neil's team tall. I'm team small. I don't know what rhymes with. Are you team all? Like, I don't.
I mean, I feel like one of my picks. Are we snaking it or are
Yeah,
we?
we're snaking it.
snaking it.
All right, so one's definitely a funnel cake. Funnel
Okay.
cakes, it's a great fair food. Like, it's fantastic. Honestly, I gotta think. I haven't been to the fair in a while. I gotta figure out what else. The corn dog was definitely going to be one of my picks if it was still alive.
Is it a hot take that I don't like corn dogs?
I don't think so.
Am
Do you
I in
like
the
hot dogs?
minority?
Do you like hot dog?
Yeah, I like hot dogs. I don't like cornbread.
It's different.
It's not cornbread. It's
It is cornbread.
like it is, but
I
it
call
doesn't
corn
taste.
dog.
It's not like just eating cornbread. It tastes different.
I mean, I remember trying them when I was a kid. I just never could get over it. I just did not like.
Have you had a fair one? Because if you had them as a
No.
kid in the microwave, it's different than at the fair.
I mean, I had them like at a baseball game or something back when I was a kid.
But I love a corn dog. And
Are
that's
you
why
a
it's
mustard only? Mustard ketchup? What do you put on this corn
just
dog?
straight mustard.
Mustard. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. I'm
What are you on
always
your corn dog?
I'm a ketchup guy. Like
Okay.
it's always my thing.
All right. Did we give you enough time for your next pick?
Yeah. Okay. I understand. It might not be at our fair at the Kentucky State Fair, but I feel like it's a fair food.
Well, you're not from here, so I think that's fair.
Well, yeah, Rhode Island didn't have a state fair. Our state's not big enough. Cheese curds. I feel like cheese curds is a good fair food.
And normally they're in the same booth as the corn dogs, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they do have them at the Kentucky State Fair.
Okay, cool, good.
Neil took the turkey leg. Dude, there's not much better at the Kentucky State Fair than the pork chop sandwich.
I can't argue that, my dog.
Like,
that is a good.
and look, I get the corn dog because it's my favorite, but if you're trying to actually get full, pork chop sandwich will do it. It'll do it for you.
That's good. Do they still have pork chop sandwiches at Bats games?
Dude, probably not. They suck.
That used to be one of my go-tos when going to a Bats game is pork chop sandwich out in center field. Good.
Yeah. And then then it's, I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's a travesty out there. I care about that place too damn much. And it just, seeing the crowds, it hurts my heart. All right, Neil, you got 2 in a row.
So Matt took the funnel cake. I'm taking the funnel cake's cousin, which doesn't get talked about enough. It's called the elephant ear.
Are they the same thing?
No,
They're not?
no,
They're not.
no, not even close.
So what's the difference? Because I always thought they were the same thing.
No, funnel cake is like the little basket looking, weavy looking, whatever.
Yeah, you basically take a little like thing and you like mess it all around. It's like a painting almost. Like
Yeah, no. Elephant ear, just one big flat piece of deep fried dough with sugar on it, and then you put your little fruit. Give me some strawberries on there. Give me that cherry topping. Give me one of those elephant ears. Very good.
Okay. I mean, I've always, my whole life, thought they were the same thing. Shows you that I've never ordered either one of them. And then you get another one, Neil.
Last pick. If you're at the fair, you got to get something that you can't get any other time. Like you can't. It's not like you can go to a Bats game and get a funnel cake or a corn dog or a pork chop sandwich. And some places you might be able to get a turkey leg. What you can't get anywhere except the state fair is give me that deep fried obscure items. Give me the deep fried Snickers, the deep fried Oreos, the deep fried Milky Ways, the deep fried Kool-Aids. Give me some obscure deep fried thing that you can't get anywhere else. Usually it's pretty good. Your arteries are going to harden on the spot. Your calorie intake and your cholesterol is going through the roof. But guess what? It's once a year. Give me some obscure deep fried item.
Look, and normally I clown you because you take like full categories in this draft. Like you take Italian food when we're talking about the messiest food. Like
Dumbest thing you ever said. That's the dumbest thing you ever said.
But like, I think this is a fair take because I think they're all kind of in the same category. The fried Oreos. What even is fried Kool-Aid? Like what's the science? What do they do?
I think it's just like they put the powder in some kind of like deep fried dough. I think it's just like the Kool-Aid powder that's in the dough that they fry.
Well, isn't
have had it before.
State Fair or some state fair, don't they do deep fried butter? Which I don't understand how you do that too.
I would have zero interest.
Yeah, I'm not going that far. That just seems over the top. But yes, they do. But I have had the deep fried Kool-Aid. It's basically like little hush puppy looking balls that are, I think, just put like the Kool-Aid powder.
Did you pick the flavor?
I don't remember if I picked the flavor. I remember it was the red flavor. I don't know. Was that cherry? I don't know. I don't know if they had a choice of flavor. But I've had that. I've had the deep fried Oreos. I've had the deep fried Milky Way before. All very, very good. But yeah.
It just doesn't interest me for some reason. Like I've had a deep fried Oreo. It's just, I don't think I'd rather have a Oreo. Like deep fried pickles, I'd rather just eat pickles out of the jar. Now at the fair, I get it, the intrigue.
That's what the fair is. That's what it's for.
Yeah. So I'm not clowning you for that pick because it is popular, but I just wouldn't select it. Now, I'm probably going to get clowned for this pick, though.
Oh, here we go. I can't wait.
And I'm trying to pick between two.
Corn on the cob.
100% corn on the cob.
No! Oh, my God!
Like, it's Kentucky.
Whenever you want.
My God,
It's so good,
guy. That's a
It's so
terrible
good, though.
pick.
So
what is it with you, corn on the cob? What is it with you and corn on the cob?
Plus, I wanted to make it 2 drafts in a row, so I don't have to change the graphic. I
can't wait for Jeff Cowan. Jeff Cowan, get in the comments, cuss this guy out over this pick. Corn on the cob is a terrible, terrible pick.
Oh,
I think it's a great pick. And on Sunday at the fair, corn dog and corn on the cob. And here's the problem: I was still hungry.
Should have got yourself a deep fried Oreo, bro. You get corn on the cob anywhere, anytime you can go down here to the Cracker Barrel if you're hungry and get yourself corn on the cob.
I mean, I can get corn dog at any ball game.
Yeah, but the fair has the jumbo corn dogs.
It's different at the fair. Now, look, I have gotten corn at the fair and it's been great. And then this time it was just, you're right. It was just like regular old corn that I would get at the crib.
So if you took a date to the fair, right? You and your girl go to the fair, going to the concert. Let's get a little bite to eat before the concert. You go around picking out what you want. You get your corn dog, maybe your pork chop sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get an ear of corn that you're just going to gnaw on, get the corns all in your teeth. You've already said it's one of the messiest foods that there is. You're going to get like butter all over your face and on your hands while you're on a date.
It shows you how much you listen to me while we're doing this podcast. Because in our final episode of season 1, we did a messy food draft.
And you said you weren't going to eat the crab legs or the ribs on a date. You didn't say
or the corn on the cob. Or the corn on the cob.
I don't think you said
I did say corn on the cob, and I can bring the receipts if you would like me to.
So you will never eat corn on the cob when on a date?
I don't think so. Like, it's messy. Gets in your teeth. That's why I picked it in the messy draft.
Did
you get butter all over yourself?
Did somebody take a spaghetti in that?
Hell yeah, that was me.
That means you're not eating spaghetti properly. It's not messy.
It's not.
You know
messy.
how to eat it.
You also
see again.
Messy things are with your hands. Messy things are with your hands.
We want to go back to it. Now we can pull the tapes.
We got to get Matt's last
pick.
It's
not the quantity of the mess. It's the consequence of the mess. Is you eat the spaghetti and you get little droplets on your shirt and you got to walk around with red drops on your shirt the rest of the day. You look like an idiot. I'm not saying it's going to get a big old glob of red sauce, but when you get those little tiny little droplets all over there, then you look like a moron for the rest of the day. It's the consequence of the mess.
It's the consequence, Matt. It's the consequence.
All
right. Let's get off this stupid corn thing of yours.
I'm getting my Tide stick for Christmas.
I'm going to get you some corn.
Your white elephant gift
I'm going to
get
you some corn on the cob holders so you can walk around and not be messy at the fair.
When's the last time somebody used corn on the cob holders, Matt? The 1970s?
I use them.
I have corn on the cob holders in my little grill set, and they've been in the same position since I got the grill
because nobody uses them.
I've never touched them.
What's the last pick of the State Fair food draft?
Low key, I think this is one of my favorite items to get at a fair. It's the bucket of donuts, your fried mini donuts. Those are just if I see somewhere that has a bucket of donuts, I'm getting the bucket of donuts. It's happening.
It's not a bad pick.
I don't even know that those existed. I'm not a sweet fan, so that's not what I'm searching for.
Hey, well, you're a vegetable fan. You just love your corn.
It's corn.
I am a vegetable fan.
Yeah, you and your State Fair winning okra and your lima beans and ears of corn that you just go to the fair for.
You watched the Field of Dreams game just to look at all the corn in the outfield.
That's true. Yeah. That's the only reason I watched it. Not to cry when Dad came out of the cornfield. What a joke. What a joke. What do we leave out?
Lemon shake-ups have probably got to be in there. People that like lemonade.
Yeah. The donut burger.
Never had it. Well, I can't. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't put it in there, but I have to try it before I do it.
I just think it would be too much.
It just seems too weird for me to do.
People like those spiral potatoes. I feel like they're popular at the fair, but I'm just.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna get those.
I saw
pineapple
some
whip
people
is
eating a
everywhere. I
pickle.
don't even know what that is.
I saw people eating a pickle pizza. I feel like that might be up your
pickles, but
alley.
I don't know if I want that on a
I didn't even
pizza.
know that existed.
I saw it on the news
just
on the
don't-
state fair. Pickle
I
pizza.
just don't feel like I'm gonna get pizza at the fair.
You love pickles, though.
I do love pickles.
I don't think there was red sauce on the pizza. I think it was just a slice of pizza with cheese and pickles.
Okay, well, I'd
That's what,
try.
that's what it looked like to me.
So Carl, who I went to the fair with,
You get pork butt on a
Yeah.
stick?
ostrich burger. Ostrich burger. So evidently, the ostrich meat is very similar to beef. It's just a lot leaner. I mean, it looked dead up like a regular old hamburger.
Okay.
He said it was good. It was like $25.
What was
Mm.
Carl's outfit last night?
Just a regular Chris Knight t-shirt. Nothing crazy. It was the same outfit he wore the next day to line judge his daughter's volleyball game. He wore the same outfit. Same outfit. Well, I
I think
think
you
we made
lose.
it.
I think you 100% lose the draft.
Well, look, dude, you can just tell, like, I'm just not a sweet person because y'all picked a lot of sweets. You all picked, Neil's got elephant ears and deep fried stuff, and Matt has funnel cake, cheese curds, and bucket of donuts. I just took all the real food.
It's the fair. You're not supposed to eat real
Exactly.
food. What are you going to go to the fair and have a salad? Like, why
That's
do you
what he
didn't pick
does. That's what he
salad.
wants. He's
I
getting
didn't
a
pick
fair
salad.
salad. He's
Plus,
getting a
I
fair
haven't had a
salad.
salad. I ain't a salad in a month.
You like salad in a cup, and he just
I'm
walks
out
around
on
and
salad
eats
right
it.
now.
Hey guys, this wedge salad got the best in show. Like,
Let's go.
You're such an idiot.
you
Dude, I
go to
picked
the
corn
fair
on the
to
cob
have
and a pork chop
things.
sandwich. And y'all are sitting here making fun of me because of one corn on the cob selection.
Corn
Because
on
I
the
love
cob and a
corn.
pork chop sandwich is like, you go down to Cracker Barrel and get that for $5.99 on the value menu. You go to Joe Huber's farm and you get that.
Yes.
I bet it's better too.
Probably a little Bob
Here's my
Evans
thing.
action.
And I think Neil's got a good point, or Neil, like our choices are good. I'm going to go to the fair to get something I can't make at home. I can make corn on the cob at home. I can make a pork chop and put it on a sandwich. I can make those things at home. I can't make a corn dog, so I like your pick there. I can't make a funnel cake. I don't have a deep fryer. Like,
But like this isn't like corn you buy at Kroger. Like this is people's farm selling their own corn.
okay,
Hold on. So the corn from Kroger didn't come from a farm?
No, but it's like it's exactly from that farm.
I've gotten corn
cares?
from Huber's.
Who cares?
and it-
Could you tell the difference? Could you tell the difference between their farms?
No, I already told
corn?
you. Wasn't that great? I already said it.
Said
I was
idiot.
disappointed. Like I still ate it and it was good, but I was disappointed.
We got a blind taste test corn with him from Kroger, from a local farm, and
Bro,
somewhere.
he's
Are
an
y'all
idiot.
telling me like one of your favorite things to do in the summer is not just rip through some corn on the cob? Like
Yes,
on a
but
hot
I don't
summer
need
day?
to go to the fair for it. I just do it at home.
It's not one of my favorite things to do. Do I like corn on the cob? Yes. Will I eat corn on the cob? Yes. I'm not just sitting on my front porch, just chewing on some watermelon and eating corn on the cob 5 days a week.
Well, dude, bring some watermelon in too. I'll eat that. What is your corn on the cob strategy? Are you a typewriter or are you a rollover?
Typewriter.
Yeah. I go down one row, roll it, go down the next.
I think if you're doing it the other way, you're an insane person.
I don't know if I've actually met somebody or at least noticed somebody ever doing
But
that.
it's a thing that exists. It's a thing that exists.
So is that how you like to eat corn?
No, typewriter. It's the only way. If you do the roller, like it's harder. You have to do more. Like you don't need as many actions for the typewriter.
What if a hot chick would have been a single hot girl would have been at the fair yesterday, around the age of, late 30s, and she just sees you just crunching on some corn?
What?
I don't know. You're like 48, so I feel like maybe late 30s fits in your demographic.
What if I saw her while I was eating corn on the cob?
Yeah, like you have as a single guy, you should not be out in public just walking around eating corn.
Dude, so while I was eating my corn on the cob, there was a dude on one of those, what do they call the little scooters that older people would ride around?
Yeah.
And he tucked it, because there's not a lot of places to sit and in the shade. Like he tucked it behind the corn stand, like in the corner over by the bushes. And my man is just going to town on his corn on the cob. So I wasn't the only one that was getting corn.
So you and the 80-year-old man that can't walk are eating corn on the cob together at the state fair.
Yes.
You're in great company, my friend.
Yes.
What's wrong with you disrespected older people?
No, but you just
Is that what that's what you're doing on this pod? You hate old people, huh? You hate old people.
You just compared yourself to an 80-year-old man.
No, I didn't. I said how cool he was for pulling up in his scooter and eating corn in the corner by himself and loving his life.
Why didn't you go over there and join him?
Me and Carl just was like, oh, look at that dude. He's crushing that corn. I was like, yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
All right.
Odin Tempo's going to win, y'all.
Maybe. I'm still not picking him.
I really thought y'all were coming around.
I'm holding strong.
I will have him in my ticket.
It's better than I've ever had him.
It is. It is. I mean, the last time we did a pod, both of y'all said he'd never win again. So.
Maybe we were one race too early. Maybe we were one race too early.
It's a big improvement. All right. I think this wraps up the first episode of season 2. I'm kind of surprised we got this far. That we got renewed. Can you believe
we haven't been canceled yet? That's a good thing.
Yeah, I think it's more of haven't been canceled than renewed because I feel like you can renew yourself whenever you like.
Are we bringing Matt back next week to recap the Travers? Or do we need to check the schedule first?
We'll see.
We'll see if Tempo wins.
Tempo wins, he's not coming back. He ain't coming on if Tempo wins.
No, if Tempo wins, I'll at least come on and be like, "See, I had it in my ticket. We'll just
release money. We'll just release an official statement from Matt Paris on the show. You just write up a statement, and we'll be like, "Matt's official statement going to go with Tempo winning."
All right. Well, Matt, I appreciate you joining us for the 5-6, Matt. That's the 6-6 Neil. I'm the 410 Nick. You've been listening to High Differential. We'll talk to you next week. We'll see if Doesn't Tempo wins. Yep.
To the High Differential.
Go get you a little midnight snack of some corn on the cob, my dude.
Dude, if I had it, I would do it.
That's the stupidest answer I've ever heard.
What else was I going to pick there?
Anything but corn on the cob.
You picked every fried food in the history of the fair. That's a lot of selections.
You could have
picked every single thing that's been fried. Every single thing. You don't leave me a lot to choose from after that.
You told me that you agreed with it.
Because I wasn't going to pick those either. But that's a lot of foods. I mean, I never had a donut burger.
I saw they had the
ribeye sandwich. Maybe I could have picked the ribeye sandwich.
I saw they had donut burgers and the sloppy donut.
What's
that has to be gross. Sloppy Joe on a donut.
Yeah, I think that's going
that
a little
sounds awful.
Like it just falls through the hole.
I don't know.
Wouldn't it?
I don't know how you eat it. Maybe.
No, but the meat is just ground beef. It would fall through the hole.
I mean, that little portion of it, maybe, but I mean, you have the entire.
Well, it might be like a funnel. Like it might all just.
It's like a bagel. It's just like a bagel. You can put some stuff on a bagel. It doesn't fall through the hole.
Yeah, but that stuff is more solid. Like I don't know.